Good morning, everybody. We are live. This is Crafting and Crime Daily. I'm actually preparing for today's show, but I thought you guys might want to see the Brian Kohlberger hearing that is taking place in just a few minutes. About 5 minutes from now, it should get underway. And when that goes live, I will. I'm monitoring the feed down below in the green room, and as soon as that hearing goes live, we'll have it for you. So Brian Kohlberger, he is charged with the murder of 4 University of Idaho students, Madison Mogan, Kaylee Congalvez, uh, Ian Chapin, and Xana Kernoodle. Hi, Robin. Hi, Lady Dragon. Nice to have you. I'm watching as soon as it goes live. We'll have it for you. I've got the feed that I'm monitoring. If you're watching back on the replay, let me know you stop by, #replay. There will be a show today. I'm in the process of wrapping it up now. I got to finish up the script and then record it, and then I'll upload it. So a couple hours from now, it'll be up. How you girls doing, Robin? I could have swore Australia and Austria were the same thing, Robin. Joking. Okay. So, don't see anything going on right now. It's not live yet. Probably waiting for him to come into the courtroom. I got my coffee. I just heated it up. So this should be interesting. It's probably going to be very, very quick. An arraignment is just where you come in, the indictment is usually read, and then the defendant will ask what to enter a plea, and he'll say guilty, not guilty. I'm assuming he's going to say not guilty. I'd be very surprised if he said guilty. So given the number of attorneys he's got and that he's facing the death penalty, I'm sure he's going to say not guilty. Lady Dragon says, I'm a taxi driver for my mother-in-law this morning. Oh, isn't that fun? Better you than me, honey. I don't have a mother-in-law anymore. My former mother-in-law is deceased. My former father-in-law is deceased. My former husband is deceased. So I don't have any of those roaming around. No in-laws. So actually, yeah, so I'm just watching the feed. So I did stream a new game last night. I'm going to stream again on Tuesday night, 6:30, 7 o'clock-ish my time, Central Time. It's kind of a cute game. It's called Wildflowers. It's available on Switch. Yes, another rabbit hole for me to go down. Another game. That's all I need. All right, I am watching. Just right now, all you see is commentators, pontificating about this case. Hi, Dawn. Welcome. I'll do my beauty pageant wave. Okay. Hi, Jerry. Good morning. What are y'all doing today? Lady Dragon's driving her 85-year-old mother-in-law around. So much fun. I am finishing up my research for the case today. Got my script here. Going to get ready to record it when this live is over, and then I'll upload it. So there will be a show today. It's the recap of what happened on Friday in the Richard Merritt trial. There is another trial that there are in jury selection on, so it may start today. It may start on Monday, whenever they get a jury seated. It's a former NFL player. He was an FSU football player, and then he went on to play pro football, and he got involved in a shooting, and someone ended up dead. It was on his property, so he's claiming the stand your ground defense. So that'll be interesting. Of course, it's out of Florida. What else? Florida. Oh, Jerry says, I'll be helping rebuild my mother's pool soon. All the supports need to be redone. Not sure how much help I will be, though. Oh, yeah, I would be absolutely no help. Robin's cross-stitching. Ah, nice. Nice. I, let's see. I put mine away for the week, but I did get in. I got 1,000 stitches done this weekend. No, 500 done this weekend. So this is what I got done so far. I think next weekend I'm going to work on White Santa. I'm going to get White Santa back out. Good morning, Marty. So that's that. All right, where's my coffee? Yep. I guess they never run these things on time. Never. Am I still working on the pink Christmas cross stitch? The pink Christmas cross stitch. Yes, that's the one I'm going to work on next weekend, Lady Dragon. It's called White Santa. That's when you said pink, you threw me off. But yeah, there's lots of pinks in there. That's the one where I replaced the pinks for brighter pinks. Yep. I'll work on that this weekend. I'm going to try to get 500 stitches in every weekend so I can move these projects along. And then the end of July, I'm going to start that Doreen Jones, the cat's cross stitch. This morning, I am working on my diamond painting. I actually opened 3 sections because it's so much confetti. I just rather just get it done. Rather than one section at a time, I open 3 sections and I'm doing all the 310 in those 3 sections. And I'll probably have them done by tonight. I was watching my sister diamond paint last night. Let me just see if this is live. Nope, not yet. She either single places or uses a 3-placer. And I kept coming out of my room because she just had a little bit left to do. And I thought, oh, she's going to be done with her painting soon. And when I got up this morning, she wasn't done. I could have finished it for her in like 10 minutes using a multi-placer more than 3, but she won't do it. She's like, no, they've got to be straight. I'm like, nobody's going to notice if they're not straight. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent. Okay. Are we in the courtroom? Not yet. Not in the courtroom yet. Wonder why they're running late. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up today while you're in here watching. If you're watching back on the replay, hit that thumbs up. Yep. Okay, I'm looking. It's what time is it? Yep, they're running a little late. You have a gnome nurse cross stitch you would like to work on, but I need to get some fabric. You have to send me a picture of that, Lady Dragon. I want to see the gnome nurse. How cool. You're doing Amalite cross stitch. What does that mean? Amalite. I don't know what that means. Is that the name of the cross stitch? Is that a type of cross stitch? Robin, you're throwing me off here. Okay. Come on, go into the courtroom. This is always fun. We wait and we wait. I didn't wake up today until 9 o'clock. I could not fall asleep last night. I didn't realize I hadn't watched season 6 of Outlander because Netflix only has through season 5. So I had to go on Stars and I started season 6 last night. Ambolite, sorry, yes, that's the name. That's a kind of cross stitch. Okay, let me look that up. Ambolite, not heard of it. Ambolite. I'm trying to keep an eye on the courtroom here. L-I-G-H-T. Ambolite. Oh, okay. I guess. No. So I think I know what you mean. Okay, that'll be interesting. I never heard it called that, so that's interesting. Okay, we are still waiting. They're just showing video of, prior video of him while they wait for the courtroom to go live. I haven't had breakfast yet. We're waiting. Don't go anywhere. It will happen. I promise you folks. Even though the courtroom's running late, it will happen. And it's going to be over and done with very quickly. Just waiting, 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 waiting. I'm going to fall asleep here. Guys, stay awake. Stay awake. It's going to happen. Oh my goodness. I've lost my crime calendar. I don't know. I cleaned the craft room yesterday. Well, I didn't clean, like organize it. I just ran the vacuum and dusted, but I can't find my calendar. Thank you. Thank you, Marty. It's the name of the picture. It's printed cross stitch. Oh, I don't like printed cross stitch. No, no, no. But send me a picture of your progress, Robin. I'd love to see it. I just, because it's hard for me to tell where like one color ends and another begins. And is it a half or a 3/4? I don't know. Are we in the courtroom? Let's see. Nope. Not yet. My goodness. Maybe they're waiting for him. Maybe he's late. That they have to bring him from the jail. Okie dokie. What I'll do on the replay is I'll just put a timestamp to where the hearing actually begins. Unless you guys just want to watch the chit chat. I got out one of my old work dresses today because, it's spring. It feels like summer. It's getting really, really warm during the day now. Still nice at night, but very, very warm during the day. They're all just chit-chatting on the channel. Oh, you did like it. Thank you, Marty. It is fun to see what everybody is working on. So many gorgeous paintings out there, I tell you. Really, really nice work everybody's doing. And the reason I like my Facebook group is because there's so many different crafts represented on that Facebook. And Wednesday we'll be doing adult coloring, so that'll be interesting. I haven't colored in a very long time. I'll have to go through my coloring books and see what I want to color. Find my pencils. I think they're up on the shelf. All right, are we going to the courtroom? Let's go. It says they're counting it down in 4 minutes. What time is it? 11:15. Interesting. I thought it was set for 11. We shall see. That's okay. Then we get to talk. You only do full stitch ones. You only started cross stitching a year ago. Hi, Sue. Oh man, I've been cross stitching like my whole life, I feel like. Oh, now, yeah. So we got about 3 more minutes to wait, according to the Law and Crime Network. I actually have a beginner video somewhere on my channel on cross stitch on tips and tricks for beginners if you have never cross stitched. Just, how to pull the thread and, how to start your cross stitch. Hi, Billy. Good morning. We're waiting for this. I am Sue. Oh my gosh, I am so ready. Except did they send out names for us to buy gifts, where we do that gift exchange thing where we buy gifts for other people? Have you gotten a name? I've not gotten a name who I'm supposed to buy for, or if they're doing that white elephant thing. I haven't heard anything. Hi, Depresh mode. Hi, everyone. I can't believe I made a live. I found this channel because of the Lori Vallow trial coverage and ended up getting into diamond painting after watching the other content. Nice. We recruited another one. Yay. Diamond painting is such a stress reliever. You won't be sorry that you got started diamond painting. Well, you might be sorry once you spend all your money, but yeah. You learned it on YouTube with Lovecraft Forever. She is a lovely lady, Natalia. Talk to Crashley for your name to buy for. Oh, okay, because I'll talk to Crashley later on this evening. Actually, I could email her now. Well, after the live, I'll email her. So looks like we got about another minute to wait. Their counter will run down and the courtroom will still not be live. Marty says she doesn't know how to do the full cross stitch. It's all cross stitch is pretty much the same, whether it's full or a partial coverage. You still got to count. The full coverage is nice because you don't have to figure out what color fabric you want to use and that kind of thing. You just use white, a basic fabric. I gotta see if I gotta make a list of the colors I need for the cat one. We're starting in the end of July. You don't have anybody to watch your dog, Sue? Oh, you might have to board him somewhere. Maybe a vet or someplace that does boarding, but then you got to make sure they have all their shots and, and usually they'll ask you to do like a Bordatello shot if you're going to leave them with other dogs. Luckily, I've got my sister here, or I'd probably have the same issue. I'd probably get one of the grandkids to stay here and watch them if I didn't have my sister here. Okay, still not live. Boarding. Oh, it is July 4th weekend. You are right. Well, how big is the dog? Bring him. A lot of hotels don't mind dogs in the room, unless it's like 100 pounds like my dogs. But if it's a smaller dog, just bring him. Unless you're flying. Are you flying, Sue? That might not work. I'm driving, so. You could just say, hey, it's my service dog. You love Duncan. I know. Duncan's a sweetheart. Okay, come on. Let's get on with this. Come on, come on. Still not live in the courtroom. They're teasing us. They're wasting my morning. Come on. This is probably like the most hated guy in the country right now. This Brian Kohlberger. Oh, he's a lab. Yeah, so he's not a small dog. No. But labs are so cool. Oh, they really are. Duncan's a black lab. All right, come on. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Okay. And this is going to be a really quick hearing, guys. He's just going to come in. They'll probably read the charges and he'll enter his plea, guilty or not guilty. And then the judge will work out the next court date with them. Usually that's what happens. Like a pretrial status conference or something to that effect. Probably less than 5-10 minutes at the most. Dunkin' Donuts. You know, that's why he's named Duncan. When my sister found him, she found him, he was a stray and he was hanging out at Dunkin' Donuts. So she named him Duncan. He's a smart dog. He knows where he can get the food. Hey, I'm going to Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, they're about 20 minutes late for this hearing at this point. So I'm not sure what the holdup is. The judge is probably on the phone, you know, ordering Temu on her phone, you know. Let me get this Temu order in and then I'll be right with you. Great story about Duncan. Yeah. Okay, we're not in the courtroom yet. Nope. Labs are smart but goofy at the same time. Thank you, Marie. She posted the gnome on Facebook. I got to see. What is taking them so long? All right, Facebook. I don't see it. Maybe it takes a minute to update it. They're still just talking away over there on the channel. Law and crime. You like looking at the diamond paintings on my wall. This one is my favorite. The cat. There. Wait a minute. There. The cat. I had to get my finger right. I just love the colors in that thing. It is just gorgeous. And that whole area around that middle cat is all Aurora Borealis drills, all AB drills. It's so gorgeous with the waterfall and that whole thing. But what you don't see is there's the dog and there's my wall of Alice in Wonderland paintings. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Alice in Wonderland paintings. It's on Crafting Journey. All right, let me look again. I believe you. I just don't know why it's not showing up. Wow, that's a big cross stitch, Robin. Oh my word. There's a cross stitch that Robin is doing. That's a big one. That's going to take you a little while. That's ambitious. 521 by 243 stitches. Yeah, that's a lot. So cute. Oh my gosh. That is adorable. Here's a cross stitch pattern of a nurse gnome. I love that. That is so adorable. I'm wondering if I could convert this to the corner to corner cross stitch, you know? I bet you I could. That would look so cool. We'll see. I could put in my cross stitch pattern maker and see if I could get something out of there. A nurse gnome. Or maybe I'll just cross stitch it. What's the size on it? Super cute. I have a cross stitch store that's downtown here in Wichita that sells all these patterns, and it's so cool. What is taking so long here? Let me find out what's taking so long with this hearing.
And it might have taken them many hours. They probably had a whole team on it from the FBI that were building trees day and night. So we really owe them a huge debt of gratitude for getting this person off the streets before he victimized anyone else.
And before I actually discuss with my guests what she just said there, and that is probably the most famous investigative genealogist right now that we're all familiar with, let me tell you what's been happening in court. On the count of burglary, the maximum penalty is 10 years in prison, restitution and fines. But counts 2 to 5, those.
Yeah, I don't know what's. Hi, Nessa. Good morning. I don't know what's taking so long with this hearing.
Charges in the first degree for the murders of our 4 victims. He could either get, that's Brian Koberger, life without parole, the judge indicated, or the death penalty.
We could listen in, but the current commentator that they have on, I can't stand her. she bugs me. There's certain law and crime commentators that I really enjoy, but not this one. Okay. They're showing old footage of him in court. We could all be crafting right now. Well, you guys can craft anyway. I'm looking out. I'll let you know when it's live. Keep working on your stuff. Well, Marty, he kind of has to because he's facing the death penalty, so he doesn't have anything to lose by pleading not guilty. He's got a lot to lose if he pleads guilty. Now, if they worked out a plea deal where they said, you know, we'll take the death penalty off the table if you'll plead guilty, and we'll recommend life in prison. But I doubt that that's going to happen. What? Oh my God, someone just gifted me another game. Okay, we're going to have another Switch game to look at, guys. Zelda. I'm excited about that one. Yep. So maybe that's what I'll be doing Tuesday night instead of Wildflower. Maybe I'll do Zelda. Gazebo by the sea. Nice. Yes. Oh, I remember looking at that in the Facebook group. Yeah, very, very pretty painting. What are we seeing here? Just them talking. Talking. Yep. They're looking at other crimes in his hometown. I know. My goodness. It's a good thing they got him off the streets, you know? Because Lord knows what else he'd be doing out there. He installed these cameras in this woman's home, and then he set it up to where he could turn the cameras on and watch her, and just really creepy stuff. Here goes my clock. All right, it is 11:30. Are we going to have a hearing or not? I got to look for this Zelda game. We're going to look for the Zelda game. Store. Oh, I'll do it later. Oh, nothing yet. Yeah, I'm working on the secret garden. I've opened up the rest of the top row, and I was in the middle of trying to get the cat hair off here. I was in the middle of doing all the 310 because it's the dark top of the trees. So this is the painting here. So I've started right there, and then I'm over in this section right in here. I'm hoping to have this. I don't think I'll have it done by the retreat. I don't know what I'm going to bring to the retreat, or if I'll just paint whatever painting they give us. Sometimes they give us a diamond painting. Maybe I'll just paint whatever they give us. I don't know if I want to haul. I'm not going to haul this secret garden over there, but I could. I don't know. Nessa's working on spring owlets from Dreamer Designs. Oh, by the way, today is it Victoria Day in Canada, Jerry? It's a holiday in Canada. So Dreamer Designs has a code for the holiday. Let me see. Oh my God, I get a lot of Temu notifications. Holy cow. So yeah, it's Victoria Day in Canada. So they have buy one, get one 40% off at Dreamer Designs. Just use the code Victoria40 if you guys want to purchase something today from Dreamer Designs. Victoria, VICTORIA 40 if you want to purchase a Dreamer Design painting. Geez, I need to get rid of all this stuff here, all these notifications. Holy moly. Temu, man, they send me like 20 notifications a day, 20, 30. It's crazy. Bionic sandals on QVC. Oh, I want them. They're so expensive. Holy moly. Use your craftably tube to transport your diamond. Oh, yeah, definitely. I've got 2 craftably tubes. I need to start packing for that and figure out what painting I want to take. I could take the dog. I've never finished there's a one painting that I have started, never finished. I could take that. We'll see. I'll definitely take some cross stitch with me to do in the hotel room. I signed up to take, they're doing a couple of classes. One is on junk journaling, and that's the one I'm going to take because I've seen people that do junk journaling, and it's so interesting. So I'm going to take that class at the retreat. Then what I'll do is on a Craft With Me Wednesday, I'll come back and I'll teach you guys how to do junk journaling. I don't know who's teaching the class, but it should be interesting. Gosh, we've been on for 35 minutes waiting for this hearing. Was it? Are we late for it, or did I just go early? What's going on here? Still not in the courtroom.
Let me tell you that Brian Koberger is in that courtroom in Idaho where he has been arraigned on these slayings, the brutal murders of Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogen, Zena Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. But let me tell you exactly what happened because it was very interesting. When the judge read the charges to him, including a felony burglary.
It says it's already happened. How has it already happened? We were waiting for it to happen. Hold on. Let me find out when this happened. Huh. I don't have any volume. Why do I not have volume? Okay, my volume's not working. I don't know why. Or I've got it muted.
To a little bit of that clip because it plays into this case.
No one's being arrested on genetic genealogy alone. Genetic genealogy is.
I'm going to go back and see why we
It's a
missed this.
lead
It must have been that brief that I
Pennsylvania
missed it.
Following a week-long search for the suspect. Koberger is expected to enter his plea today as part of the proceedings. And of course, we will
be delivered to the family of Ethan, a Bachelor of Science.
My mind is I think that
likely is a death penalty case. There was a before he's actually arrested, when he's in the car. So y'all, first officer was actually getting the deal.
and it was all consumed.
Satisfies either the judge on an evidentiary hearing or.
I'm trying to figure out what happened to this arraignment.
Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogen, Zena Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin, and also for felony burglary. So important in all cases, right?
The defendant's DNA, as far as his father's
free. If them directly to him to serve back to the 1800s, sometimes, and it might have taken them many hours. They
out of the speedy trial limits, and that would be in October. It makes a decision on the death penalty.
obviously happened if trial.
Zena Kernodle and Ethan Chapin. But let me tell you exactly what happened because it was very interesting. When the judge read the charges to him, including a felony burglary, he was asked whether he understood those charges and whether he has a copy of this indictment for first-degree murder and for burglary. And he answered apparently very forcefully, according to our own Anjanette Levy, who was in the courtroom, I do, I have it, and I understand those charges. You know, I do, basically, not getting married, but understanding the charges. But the defense attorney, Ann Taylor, spoke to the judge and said that she and Brian Koberger will be standing silent, and they did when he was asked to enter a plea on whether he is guilty or not guilty on the charges of murder and burglary. And because they stood silent, sometimes your attorney will enter a plea for you if you don't want your defendant to speak. The judge entered the plea of not guilty. What further came out is that she did ask for a trial date in October 2023, which is just outside the speedy trial limits. So there must be something worked out there. And the prosecutor agreed that that would be perfectly fine and they could be ready then. So Brian Kohberger in court, as soon as we have that tape, we will play it for you here.
Okay, I see what happened.
Also online.
They're
So
not
let me
letting
go
us
to
see
my
it
guest, though,
live, so
and
it's
it is
already
interesting to talk about
happened,
something.
but we
before
just
I
don't have the
do
footage
that,
yet. That happens
I
sometimes.
can tell you right now that the judge is authorizing the release of that video and it's coming in. So as soon as we have it, I may have to cut
Okay, so I'll just keep
you off so
monitoring
we
it,
can
and
get
when
it
they
ready
get the
to play. I hope
video,
you have
we'll
no
see
offense. But
it.
in the meantime, you were explaining to our viewers something about if the same.
So I understand what's going on. What I don't understand is him pleading or him not entering a plea. I've never heard of that before, where they stand silent. Oh, hi, Rhonda. Good morning. Smoke from the forest fires. So that's what happened. He's already entered a plea. And what the court has done in this case so far is they don't let you see this live. The past few hearings, they did the same thing, and I totally forgot, where they release the video after the hearing has already occurred. So the outlets are just waiting for that video to be released. So when it goes live, well, it's not going to be live. It's when they get the video, I will show it. What I may do is just incorporate it into today's show, the verdict or the hearing, because it's a very brief hearing anyway. I may just put it into the today's show. Unless you guys want to hang around, it shouldn't take that long though for them to get the video from the hearing. It's up to you guys. You guys, we can hang out and wait for it, or I can just add it to today's show. It's up to you guys. I don't know if this is today's. This may be it here.
All rise. Thanks very much. Please be seated. Good morning, everybody. We have some people on Zoom here too, so we're going to hide it. Okay, let's get on the record, please. Thank you. Okay, we are now on record in State of Idaho versus Brian C. Kohberger, CR 29222803. Mr. Kohberger is in the courtroom along with his attorney, Ms. Taylor. I believe also part of the team is Jay Logston and Elisa Massa, who is participating by Zoom. The state is represented by Mr. Thompson, Lake County Prosecutor's Office, or Prosecuting Attorney. Ms. Jennings is of that office too, Lake County Prosecutor's Office. Also, part of that team is Ingrid Beatty and Jeff Nye, both from the Idaho Attorney General's office. I'm John Judge. If you don't know me, I'm the Lake Talk County District Judge, and I'll be presiding over this case. So, Mr. Koberger, you've already heard a lot of what I'm going to tell you at your initial appearance, but I'll repeat it to you because it's important, and I want to remind you of these issues. So I'll briefly cover your rights, the charges against you, and the maximum penalties if you are found guilty or if you plead guilty. So I'm going to start with the rights. You have a constitutional right to have an attorney represent you throughout these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, then one is appointed at public expense. Ms. Taylor and her team have already been appointed, so that's taken care of. You have the right to a speedy and public jury trial where the state would be required to prove every element of each charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. At that trial, you would have the right to cross-examine the witnesses called against you. That means to see, hear, and question them, to call witnesses to testify for you, and if you choose to testify in your own defense. But you're not required to testify because you also have the right of silence. That right is protected under the Idaho and federal constitutions, so you can remain silent throughout these court proceedings, and that can't be held against you in any way. What you do need to remember, though, is that anything you do say, other than to your lawyers, could be used against you in a later court proceeding. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. You also have the right to appeal any final decision of the court. In order to exercise that right, you need to file a notice of appeal within 42 days of that final decision, or that right is waived. Also, if you are not a United States citizen, any finding of guilt in this state could have adverse consequences to your legal status. Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
Any questions about the rights?
No.
All right. So let's go to the indictment. Do you have a copy of the indictment in front of you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And you see in the heading your name there. Is that your correctly spelled complete name?
Yes, it is.
Is that the correct birth date underneath your name?
Yes.
Are those the correct last four digits of your social security number?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to read you the charges on the indictment, starting with count 1, burglary. That is a felony under Idaho Code Section 18-1401 and 1403. This alleges that you, on or about November 13, 2022, in Lake Talk County, state of Idaho, did unlawfully enter a residence located at 1122 King Road, Moscow, with the intent to commit the felony crime of murder. Count 2, murder in the first degree. That is a felony under Idaho Code Section 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. This alleges that you, on or about November 13, 2022, in Lake Talk County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Madison Mogan, a human being, by stabbing Madison Mogan, from which she died. Count 3, murder in the first degree, a felony under Idaho Code Section 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. This alleges that you, on or about November 13, 2022, in Lake Talk County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Kayla Gonzalez, a human being, by stabbing Kayla Gonzalez, from which she died. Count 4, murder in the first degree, That's a felony under Idaho Code Section 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. Alleging that you on or about November 13, 2022, in Lake Top County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Zana Kernodle. Excuse me. This is hard. I'm sorry. Zana Kernodle, a human being, by stabbing Zana Kernodle, from which she died. Count 5, murder in the first degree. This is a felony under Idaho Code Section 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. This alleges that you, on or about November 13, 2022, in Lake Top County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Ethan Chapin, a human being, by stabbing Ethan Chapin, from which he died. This is signed on May 16, 2023, by the presiding grand jury. So now I'm going to go to the maximum penalties of each charge, starting with count 1, burglary, minimum 1 year, up to 10 years in imprisonment, fine of up to $50,000 for both fine and imprisonment, restitution for the victim's economic losses resulting from the crime. For counts 2, 3, 4, and 5, murder in the first degree, maximum penalties, life in prison, or the death penalty. Fine of up to $50,000 for both fine and life in prison or the death penalty. Restitution for the victim's economic losses resulting from the crime. Also, additional fine of up to $5,000 to be paid directly to the victim's families. If you are found guilty or plead guilty on each charge, and the maximum sentences are imposed consecutively, that means one right after the other, you could be facing 10 years in prison, followed by 4 consecutive life sentences or death penalty, fines of up to $200,000 and $20,000 to be paid directly to the families, with any restitution resulting from the crimes. Okay. Mr. Koberger, do you understand the charge in count 1, burglary?
Yes.
Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes.
Do you understand the charge in count 2, murder in the first degree?
Yes.
Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes.
Do you understand the charge in count 3, murder in the first degree?
Yes.
Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes.
Do you understand the charge in count 4, murder in the first degree?
Yes.
Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes.
Do you understand the charge in count 5, murder in the first degree? Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Taylor, is Mr. Koberger prepared to plead to these charges?
Your Honor, we will be standing silent.
Okay, because Mr. Koberger is standing silent, I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on each charge, counts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, at this juncture, the state has 60 days to give notice of intention to seek the death penalty. And Mr. Koberger has a constitutional and statutory right to a speedy trial. So let's start with you, Ms. Taylor, and then Mr. Thompson.
You heard Brian Koberger, 18 words, but not guilty was not one of the 2 words in that 18 words that he gave Judge John Judge, who got choked up.
So that was interesting. I told you it would be really quick. So apparently when they stand silent, they're just basically pleading the Fifth Amendment, right to remain silent. So No insanity plea, Joanna. Not yet. This may change over time. So they ended up with an October 2023 court date. I doubt very seriously if that it'll happen that quickly, because he has not waived his right to a speedy trial. If he at some point waives that right and asks for continuance, it would probably be granted. But yeah, so right now we're still under his right for speedy trial, which means it would have to occur within 6 months of his arrest. They said that it's outside of the 6 months, the October, but it's something that they all agreed upon. And so he's still under that speedy trial. So unless do you guys have any questions about this that I can answer for you? It seems pretty cut and dry. I don't know why they had to have the court for that. I guess just to make sure he understood the charges. So he is facing, my goodness, 10 years in prison, followed by 4 consecutive life sentences and or the death penalty and a total of $200,000 in fines. So I don't know if he comes for money. I'm not sure about that. And we'll wait to see if he gets charged with any other crimes, because things are coming out of the woodwork on him. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I will go finish up the show for today, and I got to get it recorded. And then I will see you in Crafting and Crime Daily. Love you all. Have a great morning. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning, and I'll see you later. Bye, everybody.